Louisiana Beer Review 6, Michelob Marzen. Well, of course, Michelob beer, the original Michelob, was introduced in 1896 as what Anheuser-Busch called the beer for connoisseurs. Starting in 1978, they began to diversify the brand. They introduced Michelob Light, and then in the 80s, they came out with this beer, Michelob Classic Dark, which is no longer made. This is a bottle from 1996. Here's a later bottle, the last bottle. This was, the born on date is 1999. I thought Michelob Dark was a delicious beer. It's been replaced with something similar, Michelob Porter. Here's another interesting beer. This is a 1996 bottle of Michelob Dry. There was a sort of a dry beer fad, late 80s, early 90s, but dry beer just did not catch on. A lot of companies put out dry beer variants. Here's about the end of the road on the Michelob Dry. This is a born on date of June of 97. I thought it was a very tasty beer, but it's gone. Michelob Marzen, let me get the bottle out for you. Michelob Marzen came out in 2000. I was surprised that this beer has been out for over 10 years. It's an Oktoberfest-style beer. Typically, Marzens are produced in March, the German word Marzen, and Marzen beers, they call them, and they were cellared or lagered throughout the summer until they took them out for Oktoberfest. Michelob Marzen is 5.1% alcohol by volume. It's made with two-row pale and toasted barley malts. They use Hallertau hops, and it has a international bitterness unit of 20, so it's not bitter really. It's a medium-bodied beer. It's well-rounded, they say. Well-rounded sweetness. I've enjoyed it when I had it in the past. It gets pretty good ratings on Beer Advocate. Around a B. I gave it a B. Some people say it's average. Well, we're going to try it out. Let me get the opener here. No smoke. I'm putting it in this mug because the Michelob Brewing Company website, which, now there's the smoke. Michelob Brewing Company was established in 2008 as an in-house marketing arm of Anheuser-Busch. And there you see the thick head that the website talks about. They recommend putting it in a wide mouth glass mug. They say it would release more of the aroma. Yeah, it has a very mild aroma. I'm trying to find the words for it. Nondescript aroma, almost a non-aroma really. And I've found that when I've tried it in the past. You see it has an off-white head, a very clear copper color. That's the way they describe it, and I'll agree with that. It's a copper appearance. Moderately carbonated. It's just not a strong smell at all. Not a bad smell. It's just you can detect water really. The head sets up nice. It's hanging around. See the bubbles trailing up the glass. Pretty well carbonated. I would say almost moderate to high carbonation. Give it a little bit more sniff test. Yeah, I'm just not picking up anything. Now the most important part of a review is the taste test. It's got that good water. It's got a medium barley malt flavor. There's an undertaste of hops, but it's very mild. The bitterness is quite subdued. With this Marzen, you don't really pick up any distinguishing flavors except a little bit of the barley, just a minuscule bit of hops. You have a bit of a wall of bitterness on the back end of the taste, which is pleasant. 5.1% alcohol, it's average for a beer, for lager. I mean, when you drink it, you can tell that they take care, it's brewed carefully, it's done with care, they give a lot of attention to it. They take pride in it, obviously. It's not something thrown together. Is this a bold taste? No, it's not a bold taste. It's a subtle taste. It's a relaxed taste. You could imagine you go and have some cheese and crackers with this at night. I can imagine this beer would go with just about any kind of food with a little spice to it. The mouthfeel is light, watery. It has a satisfying finish. It's sort of a wet beer. It's not really that dry like most American style lagers are. Pretty dry beer. It's got some decent lacing rings around the mug. The head's still retaining some head. The head is adequate. This is a very balanced Marzen. I mean, it's a pleasant beer to drink. I like it. Am I overwhelmed by it? No, certainly not. But I do think it's good. I do stick with the B rating that I gave. I recommend giving it a try. If you like mild beers, it's dark, but it's, it's not bitter in any way. The barley malts are roasted. But if you like these kind of mild beers, not too challenging, just pleasant to drink, I think you'll enjoy it. I would recommend going out and try it. It's not expensive, really. You can get a 6-pack for about $6, $6.50, maybe $7 at the most. Some stores maybe $7.99, but I've seen it most places around Southeast Louisiana for about $6.50. You can probably get a 12-pack of bottles for about $11.99, $12. So it's about $1 a bottle. It's well worth it. So I'm going to praise this beer. I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of the Michelob line. I think they do a fantastic job with all their beers. That's going to be the end of the review, and I want to just say, y'all come on down to New Orleans.